Hey guys, what's going on? It's DGamer and I'm back here again with our final epilogue of Spider-Man Miles Morales. And in this episode, we are going to be reading all of the bios, doing our final swing, and covering this little mission right here that starts after that Venom post-credits scene from the main game. Let's go.
Bye, Finn.
Congratulations. You have finished the main story, but the adventure continues. You can now revisit previously completed missions with the mission replay in the pause menu, or previously completed FNSM activities in the app. You can now change the time of day in the options menu as well. You can start a fresh adventure with the ultimate difficulty for added challenge, or start new game, plus to restart with all of your gear and skills and unlock new ones. Good luck, hero. First off, right before we continue our epilogue, let's show off the advanced tech suit, which we did not wear during the main campaign. Let's listen to a cast that it hasn't played for us yet.
Hey, Danicast fans. My debate with Triple J did numbers. Like, vaulted the podcast up the chart to number 3. 3! That is above Mr. Jameson himself. Someone recognized me at the deli today and asked about my citizenship application. Like, that's weird, right? It's weird. Okay, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's time to class up the pod a little, talk less about me, talk more about the issues, include some ads, appear in public wearing a blazer, that kind of thing. What do you think? My DMs are still open, so let me know. And until next time, don't talk to women wearing headphones, okay? Please? They don't like it. Bye!
And now, with that out of the way, if we go to the map and we go all the way back up to Harlem, we will now see Cat's Pajamas side mission and Memory Lane side mission. First, we are going to tackle Cat's Pajamas, and then finally Memory Lane, because it serves as our conclusion. But also, if we come down here to the infamous meeting spot that Rhino ambushed Miles and Finn at, you can see the cube in-game. It stays here from this point on, and I hope that when we revisit this spot in Spider-Man 2, it is here.
Hey, to me, Ma. You busy?
Not too busy. What's going on?
I just left Trinity Church. And I was thinking about Finn. And
Tell me about it.
she saved my life and yours. Everybody's. She's the one who put us in danger in the first place. But after seeing what happened to Rick, I get why she did it.
People are messy. Take your Uncle Aaron. He's the reason Krieger's in jail. And he helped us get people out of Harlem. But every time I look at him, I think of all the pain he put your dad through.
Yeah.
You don't need to make a judgment on Finn's life, mijo. Or her death. Just remember who she was, and why you loved her.
You always know what to say.
That's my job. Call me back if you need me. Entiende?
Sí. Te quiero.
And we can visit the ruins of the fight with her at the top of what's left of Roxanne Plaza. After that epic dive, here is Cat's Pajamas.
Hey, good to see you. Been telling everyone how you saved Spider-Man.
ready to swing, Spider-Cat?
You two look great.
This is the Bodega Cat suit. We get to run around as Spider-Man with Spider-Man, or rather Spider-Cat, and he will react to the things that we do, like hiding while we're swinging, and meowing while we fight, and I believe hopping out during takedowns. And now, let's move on to Memory Lane.
Really need to sleep.
Right before we do, let's walk around the apartment for a bit. You can see that Miles is now publicly displaying different suits that he is prototyping in front of his family, which is really cool that he has become that comfortable and he can share his secret with them.
Well, your old TV is gone, but never forgotten.
It sounds like he's been working on the mix that Aaron gave him. That is all that we can examine for now. Right before we sleep, I just wanted to make a comparison that I heard somebody, forgive me, I cannot remember who, one time, but I was listening to a video essay on Miles Morales, and the person who was narrating the essay pointed out that in a deep contrast to Peter, Peter hides his identity from nearly everyone, especially in this universe. The only people in this universe who know are MJ and Otto and Miles, and that's it. And May did know, but obviously she's passed. But despite Peter saying, "Do not tell anyone who you are," throughout the course of this campaign, Miles gets his identity revealed to Aaron, Finn, his mom, tells Genki, Teo, Gloria, and the rest of our deeper characters in Harlem that are more than just the set dressing NPCs that actually have missions and story arcs throughout the game. And that is his greatest strength, because everyone helps him to get away from the press at the end. They hide his face until he can get his mask on. They're not telling anyone who he is, and he's free to exist as Miles and Spider-Man in his house and walk about Harlem and have people freely ask him directly for help. And that's very, very cool.
Quick nap. From Mom. It's a clue for a scavenger hunt. Dad and I used to do these. Did she make a new one?
And we can see that it says, "Happy late birthday, mijo, Mom. Natural History Museum, New York, NY. Happy birthday, Miles. Ready for the best scavenger hunt ever? Here's the first clue. Facing the park with the world on our shoulders. We guard the next clue."
I'm gonna check this out. See what Mom put together. Should get out of here. Check out the Natural History Museum.
You can hear Spider-Cat meowing on the roof. He is so cute.
Forever. I think the last time was with Finn and Dad. Those trips were really fun. It's weird to think about now.
Man, this is so emotional. And this epilogue is even more. And this epilogue is even more emotional.
Great news. Roxxon's prototype labs in Manhattan are kaput. And so are their reactors.
Finally! With the labs and Krieger gone, feels like Roxxon's butt has been firmly kicked.
I bet they'll be staying out of sight for a while.
Good. Because I don't want to drain any more reactors.
You said it, buddy. But I'm glad we were able to do this together.
Me too. Until our next adventure?
Which'll probably be 5 minutes from now, right? Deal.
That's funny, considering that I believe Spider-Man 2 is only a couple of weeks after this.
Base in the park, with the world on our shoulders, we guard the next clue. Another postcard under here. This one's of the Empire State Building. The Empire State. You'll find a pair of blind eyes.
And you can see it has a USB in it.
There's a flash drive attached.
Hey, big man. Happy birthday.
Oh my god. Dad.
Scavenger hunt seemed like a fun way to celebrate 16. Tour down memory lane. Remember that summer you and Finn forced me to take you to the museum every weekend? Here's a secret. I love those trips. Used to be I felt guilty you didn't have any siblings. Things with your uncle are tough now. But I would have never made it to 18 without you. Anytime I'd see you with Finn, I'd feel less guilty. You have a sister. Her. With Finn, now Genki, you'll always have family in your life. Love you lots, big man. See you at the next one.
Wow. I haven't heard his voice in so long. I hope he left more messages with the rest of the scavenger hunt.
Hey, sleepyhead. Did you find my note?
Yeah. I followed the clue and just heard Dad. Did you do all this?
Just the setup. Your dad made the clues last year. I know it's been tough since the move. Thought hearing from him could help.
It does. Gracias, Ma.
De nada. Have fun with him. And remember, I'm here if you need me, Miles. You can tell me anything. Te quiero.
Quiero. Oh, I'm unstoppable! Empire State Building. Let's check the clue. High atop the Empire State, you'll find a pair of blind eyes. Modern Art Museum in Greenwich. I remember that place. Find the fossil hiding among the modern. Don't forget to look up.
5th grade field trip. Empire State Building. I chaperoned. Never agreed to wrangle a bus full of 10-year-olds, son. Took us 3 hours to get here, and when we did, who showed up? The webhead himself, battling Vulture. Soon as we stepped off the elevator, we had to turn right back around again and evacuate. Thing I remember most, though, you wanted to stay. Told me, Spider-Man needs our help, Dad. You're a born hero, Miles. Don't ever lose that fighting spirit. See you at the next clue.
Born hero. I think I learned to be a hero from watching Dad. I miss him. Especially now.
Hey, Miles. I'm catching up on... Yikes. Kind of a backlog after being away for a few weeks.
No rest for the Spider-Man?
Nope. Speaking of which, I'm not gonna be swinging behind you, constantly looking over your shoulder now that I'm back. I trust you. And I have some stuff I should take care of.
Like what? Can I help?
I need to find a job. Freelancing with the Bugle was great, but I'd like something steady.
Have you thought about teaching? You're pretty good at it.
Honestly, no. No. Maybe. I'll think about it. Call you soon.
Okay, here's the Modern Art Museum. Find the fossil hiding among the modern. Don't forget to look up. Next clue. Boom. Looks like I'm going to CODB's. Where money is king, you'll find great tunes hanging among the lights.
Had to practically drag you and Finn to the Modern Art Museum the first time you came. What do we care about splotchy paintings? But your mom and I knew. We had to show you kids that there were different ways of looking at the world. Sometimes radically different. When I saw you two in front of that psychedelic Angela Davis portrait, heads craned up and all, I knew you got it. All that orange and gold. Don't think you ever realized the world could look that way. That you could look that way. Like royalty. Proud of you making it this far. Let's see how you do it the next one.
Finn and I talked about that trip for months afterwards. Mom and Dad really knew how to inspire. All right, CODBs. Let's hunt. Hanging among the lights. Here we go. Lobster Bill's, Dad's favorite restaurant. Nestled beneath Stuyvesant lives a monster of a good meal.
Spent half my youth at CODB's with your uncle. Every musician we loved played at this cramped little stage. Aaron even got up there once himself. Didn't do half bad either. When he finally told me about his night job, this is where he took me, to soften the blow. But it poisoned the place for me. Never took you here because of it. I regret that. You'd love it, just like I did. So, how about this? Find a show you want to see. Anything, my treat. Come out here and your old man will show you how he used to bust a move. Next clue's all yours, Miles.
Dad was gonna bring me to a show. Need a minute after hearing that.
Hey y'all, it has been a good week for Harlem. Spider-Man stopped the Tinkerer, Rio Morales was elected to city council, Roxxon Plaza is closed for good, and Simon Krieger is in jail. Boo! Ha! Bonus, I passed my citizenship test with flying colors! Still love you, China. Gonna miss your candy. Okay, back to business. In an attempt to save face, Roxxon's board released all of Krieger's personal documents. Memos, emails, real fun stuff. While I'm combing through those docs and waiting to hear Triple J eat crow on air, I'll be playing unreleased, pre-recorded casts. Fresh material coming in a few weeks, and in the meantime, remember to sing to your plants while you water them. Seriously, I love it. Okay, bye! See you soon!
Lobster Bill's. Hold the ground for Dad. Nestled beneath Stuyvesant lives a monster of a good meal. Pretty sure I know which monster he means. I know this place. The art space on the Upper East Side. No letter enters this artsy castle without stopping at the gate.
Woo! Boy, Lobster Bill's. Home away from home. Always reminded me of the Graham's Kitchen down south. Took your mom here on our first date, and just about every date after that. Even once when she was pregnant with you. And she went into labor right before dessert. I blame the Cajun shrimp. She was less of a fan after that. But I'm not gonna lie, son. Some of those nights working late, oh yeah. I'm stopping in for some Friday. Don't tell you nothing.
Mom totally knew he was stopping here. Let him have his secret. They were a good team. There's the art space. Okay. No letter enters this artsy castle without stopping at the gate. Oh, CJ Walker Park. I know this place, up in Harlem. Beneath the hoop where you learn to fly, your journey comes to an end. Man, not ready for this to be over.
Middle school graduation. You and Finn joked it felt like a royal coronation when we saw the art space building. Your mom and I were so proud. Our son and our almost daughter graduating at the top of their class. I know it made you sad, both of you, to go to different high schools. But Miles, I'll tell you, the friendships you make when you're young, the real ones, those last. You and Finn will find each other again. Maybe a few years down the line, maybe a few decades. One clue left. Bet you can't wait to get to the end.
Ben and I did find each other again. Just not the way Dad thought.
I know that that was just a basic idle animation that was playing there while listening to the tape of Miles rubbing his eyes and squinting, but I'd like to imagine in this scenario that that idle animation is playing because Miles is shedding tears at missing his dad, and the fact that this is almost over, and missing Finn.
Man, so many memories.
And so we come to the end. CJ Walker Park. Remember when we played ball here in the summers? Your uncle showed you how to take it to the rack. Well, I demonstrated how to throw it down with authority. Don't think I'll ever forget watching you and Finn trying to alley-oop to your mom. This place reminds me that as crazy as life gets, only one thing really matters. The people you love. You, your mom, Finn, Genki, even your uncle. Keep the folks you care about close to your heart, and you'll never go wrong. Happy birthday, big man. You are my reason for being brave.
Oh, man. I was not ready for that.
Happy birthday, Miles. Congratulations. You made it to the end. You are the reason that I'm brave. Love, Dad.
Hey, Miles, what's up?
Hey, Mom. Just finished a scavenger hunt. Thank you so much for putting it together. For a little while, it was like he was back.
He never left, mijo. I love you.
I love you, Ma.
First class postage complete.
Listeners, you all know that I pride myself on truth, integrity, and facts. I've been tough on this new Spider-Man since the disaster on Braithwaite Bridge. For good reason. The kid screwed things up so bad, even the original model would have blushed redder than his costume. The classic one, not that ugly new thing. But today, I must also acknowledge that the city is rallying around this youngster and proclaiming him a hero. With an unstable energy source on the verge of wiping Harlem off the map, this youthful Spider-Man reportedly stepped in and saved lives. Or at least that's what his supporters want us to think. The real truth is that none of this would have happened if he hadn't donned a ridiculous suit and started swinging willy-nilly around the city, performing reckless acts of violence. Hero? More like zero? Ha! Jared, open up the lines. I want to hear from those who agree with me. Jared? I said open up the lines. What do you mean they're open? Well, something must be wrong. Folks, we're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Ha, no one is supporting him. And also I like that Jameson, whether he meant to or not, revealed that he secretly really liked the old Spider-Man costume. Now for our bios very quickly, since they are written from the perspective of Miles, and they will provide more insight. Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man. Until a year ago, I was just Miles Morales, your average kid from Brooklyn. The biggest thing I had to worry about was keeping my grades up. But things changed. Dad was killed in Martin Lee's attack on City Hall. Mom and I moved from Brooklyn to her childhood home in Harlem. And oh yeah, a genetically engineered spider bit me and I developed powers. Now everything feels like it's been flipped upside down. Mom and I are figuring out how to deal without Dad, and I'm getting a handle on living in Harlem, plus figuring out how to be a superhero. That's a whole other thing. Pete, my mentor, is helping with that last one. Update. So, Pete's leaving town to join his girlfriend Mary Jane Watson in Symkaria. I don't know how I'm going to handle doing this on my own. Am I really a hero or just a kid playing pretend? Another update. Not gonna lie, it feels pretty good to be Harlem's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Powers and abilities. Superhuman strength and agility. Can adhere to most surfaces. Web shooters, fire high density polymers that dissolve in 1 hour. Spider sense acts as an early warning threat detector. Pretty decent at mixing beats. Fluent in 3 languages. English, Spanish. Well, ASL is a work in progress. Update. Bioelectricity ability. Genki named Venom. Cool, right? Another update. Optical camouflage. For real. Genki. My best friend. Coder extraordinaire. Dependable ray of sunshine. Creator of Speed Notagon, a mobile game he spent over a year polishing and tweaking. Genki Lee is the reason I didn't wash out when I started at Brooklyn Visions Academy. If I hadn't met him, I don't know where I'd be today. He's the first person I told about my powers, and he freaked out, in the best way. Dude immediately started working on ways to help. He built a next-gen superhero app, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If it does half of what he wants it to, it could revolutionize how Pete and I protect New York. Only downside? Genki does not know how to take credit for everything he's doing. He says he's happy supporting me, and I definitely couldn't do this without him, but still, maybe when he finally hits publish on the app, he'll learn to take a compliment. Maybe. Update. The FNSM app totally works, and it's dope. Powers and abilities. Software engineering wizard. Bottomless well of nicknames and jokes. Tells it like it is, but in a nice way. Finn. Bio. It doesn't feel right to call Finn a friend. She's more like my sister. We grew up together in Brooklyn. We were basically inseparable until a few months ago when we just fell out of touch. That's probably on me. Between moving to Harlem and training with Pete, I haven't exactly been the best friend lately. Finn's older brother, Rick, started raising her after their parents died. He's super supportive of her love for engineering. I've always loved science, but Finn is next level, as she patented half the stuff she invented when we were young. Velociskates, sonar goggles. She'd be a gazillionaire now. But Finn's not interested in money. She's out to change the world. There are a few people I can think of with as much passion as her. Update. Finn is the Tinkerer. I can't believe this, but I guess I have to. No wonder we lost touch. Last update. I miss her. Always will. Powers and abilities. Dunking on me. Brilliant, passionate, tenacious, really into hot sauce. Mom. Rio Morales. Bio. If you want to know tough, step inside a middle school classroom. Mom's a middle school science teacher, which makes her an awesome city council candidate. She grew up in Harlem, and I can tell she's glad to be home. She says it's changed a lot, and I know it's not all for the better. She has an itemized list of plans to help the neighborhood as she wins city council seat. A big one, making sure Roxxon follows through on its neighborly promises. Now that it's just her and me, I feel weird not telling her about the Spider-Man thing. Pete says it's safer for her and me, but I wish I could tell her. Update. I told Mom the truth about being Spider-Man. I think it rattled her, but she took it pretty well. No surprise there. I'm so glad I don't have to keep this from her anymore. Another update. Mom won city council seat. Councilwoman Rio Morales has a great ring to it. Powers and abilities. Tough, compassionate, fearless. Gives great advice. Peter Parker. Bio. Gotta be honest, I still think of Spider-Man and Peter Parker as two different people. Spider-Man's the hero of New York. Pete's the kind, dorky dude who signed me up to volunteer at Feast after my dad died. But when I stop to think about it, Pete being Spider-Man makes total sense. He always puts others ahead of himself. I know it's been hard for him since his Aunt May passed last year. Getting back together with MJ helped a lot, and I know it's been hard for him since his Aunt May passed last year. Getting back together with MJ helped a lot, and we've done our fair share of grief swapping. Dude definitely needs a break, though. I've looked up to Spider-Man since I was little, but now he's my co-worker, boss, mentor. We haven't really clarified titles, but I'm so lucky to get to train with the one and only Spider-Man, though as he keeps reminding me, he's not the only one anymore. I hope I don't let him down. Update. It's gonna be tough doing this job without Pete. I know he's only gonna be gone a few weeks, but still, a lot can happen. Another update. A lot did happen. Pete's still catching up on everything that went down, but he's proud of how I handled it. Phew. Powers and abilities. Can adhere to most surfaces. Superhuman strength. Can lift up to 10 tons. Exceptional agility. Web shooters allow rapid travel from point to point. Spider Sense acts as an early warning threat detector. Can rattle off dad jokes like no other. Bio. The Tinkerer. The Underground spray paints her face on every surface they can find, and no wonder. She's their leader behind all of their plans to take down Roxxon. She's also my best friend, almost my family. Is this how Pete felt when he had to fight Dr. Octavius? As excited as I was about becoming a superhero, I never stopped to think, hey, what happens if one of my best friends turns out to be a supervillain? Superhero life is complicated. Update. Whatever the Tinkerer's plan is, it's tied to what happened to Rick. I have to figure this out. Another update. The Tinkerer wants to blow up Roxxon Plaza. She's planning to attack before it opens, so there won't be casualties. But still, I can't let her do this. Still more updates. The Tinkerer's plan to destroy Roxxon Plaza didn't account for updates to the reactor. If she goes through with it, she'll wipe out Harlem. I have to tell her. Powers and abilities, genius-level intellect, augmented by her invention, programmable matter, which allows her to 3D print weaponry, shielding, and enhancements for her physical abilities. Stisovich. Rhino. Bio, otherwise known as Alexei Stisovich. I met him during the Devil's Breath crisis, or hid from him, more like. Slightly different story now. Pete says Rhino's been trapped inside his mech suit for years and wants out, but no one can figure out how to take it off without killing him. Almost feel bad for the guy, except that he's the worst. He's supposed to be in the raft, but it's been undergoing repairs for months, so he was temporarily placed in a lower security prison and broke several cells wide open, according to Pete. He might not be the smartest cookie in the jar, but boy is he the meanest cookie. Now that the raft's repaired, he can finally be transferred to a place designed to hold people like him. Update. Turns out Rhino never made it to the raft. Simon Krieger decided to keep him as a giant, mean, muscly enforcer / pet. Oh, and he gave him new armor. Cool. Powers and abilities. Superhuman strength and nearly impervious to harm, thanks to his mech suit. Resistant to extreme temperatures, electrical shocks, explosive damage, and most acid solutions. No sense of humor. Jefferson Davis. Bio. Dad. I got my love of science from Mom, but Dad taught me right from wrong. He was killed by Martin Lee at the bombing of City Hall, and he died the way heroes do. Saving lives. He worked for the city's police department and spent most of his career chasing Wilson Fisk and his associates. I still think about him every day. I wonder what kind of advice he'd give me if he knew I was Spider-Man. I hope he'd be proud. Powers and abilities. Best dad there ever was. Aaron Davis. My cool uncle. I used to spend a lot of time at his place. He taught me to mix beats and play pickup. Uncle Aaron and Dad had Uncle Aaron and my dad had a big falling out a few years ago. Dad never told me why, but he made it clear he didn't want me hanging around my uncle anymore. I didn't see Uncle Aaron again until Dad's funeral. Since then, Mom's been pretty clear she doesn't trust him any more than Dad. Since then, Mom's been pretty clear she doesn't trust him any more than Dad did. I'm sure there's a reason, but I miss him. It sounds like Uncle Aaron's trying to get his life right. He took a job at the subway and he wants back in the family. I want that too. Update, my Uncle Aaron is the Prowler. His falling out with Dad makes way more sense now. I can't believe Mom and Dad never told me. More updates. Uncle Aaron's serving time. He blew the whistle on Simon Krieger, and his work with Roxxon meant they both went to prison. I miss him, but I'm really proud of him. I know Dad would be too. Powers and abilities. Serious electrical engineering chops. Survivor. Subway maintenance. Never misses the 3-point shot. The Prowler. Bio. It turns out my favorite okay-only uncle is the Prowler, aka one of the best thieves in New York City. His falling out with Dad makes way more sense now. He's had a bunch of no-good clients in the past like Roxxon. Wonder what they wanted him to steal. And Wilson Fisk. Roxxon must have left a bad taste in his mouth because he keeps telling me to avoid them. I'll try, but I've got responsibilities I can't ignore. Luckily, he seems okay with helping me, even if it goes against his fight the fights you can win rule. Update, he told Roxxon where to find me and Finn. Update, he told Roxxon where to find Finn and me. I think he was trying to keep me safe in his twisted way, but man, this hurts. Another update. I had to cut him off just like Dad did. I didn't want to, but trying to lock me up so I can't protect the city. That crossed the line. I don't know when I'll be able to trust him again. Update 3. No one could ever catch the Prowler, but flipping on Roxxon landed him in prison. He finally fought a fight he knew he couldn't win. Powers and abilities. Athletic, wears a state-of-the-art suit to augment his natural physical traits. Advanced tech, he builds or liberates from others. Rick Mason, Finn's older brother. They're super tight, but Rick made sure I never felt left out when we hung out together. Rick reads scientific papers like they're crime novels. He reads those too, and he knows every pre-70s R&B album backwards and forwards. He took a job with Roxxon in R&D a few years ago. I don't know if Roxxon's on the level, but Rick is. As long as he's there, they can't be all bad. Update. Rick developed new form, not Simon Krieger. Not hard to believe Krieger stole credit, but it sucks. New form was making Rick sick. Is that why Finn robbed the convoy? Another update. Rick is gone. Simon Krieger killed him. No wonder Finn's going after Roxxon. I wish I could have seen Rick before he died. I looked up to him so much. Powers and abilities. Can solve any puzzle in 30 seconds or less. Photographic memory. Somehow pulls off being cool and a nerd. How? Simon Krieger. Update. Bio. The head of R&D at Roxxon Energy and creator of Newform, or at least its best salesman. He's got the energy of a tech startup millionaire and the poise of old-school New York money. Depending on who you ask, he's either the city's bright future or everything that's wrong with it. My mom thinks it's the second one, but he seemed pretty nice when I met him. I guess we'll see. Update. Simon Krieger's as cold and as ruthless as they come. He was behind Rick's death, and he knows new form makes people sick. I need to stop the Tinkerer, but I can't ignore this guy either. Another update. Krieger is in prison. The Prowler flipped on his former employer, and Roxxon's distancing themselves from their former head of R&D. See ya, bud. Powers and abilities. Lots of money and education. Suave. Gray hair. Roxxon. Bio. An energy company that's here for you. According to their website, Simon Krieger's face is on every Roxxon ad. He claims their energy source Newform is the future of clean, safe, sustainable power. They plan to prove it at Roxxon Plaza when they install Newform in their super high-tech reactor. Okay, sure, but why does an energy company need to outfit their guards with giant guns and tanks? Mom's skeptical and thinks Roxanne's paving over Harlem to make a quick buck. I've learned to trust her instincts on this stuff. Update. Roxanne blames me for what happened on their bridge. Update. Roxanne blames me for what happened on the bridge. Their new form exploding, the Tinkerer getting away with the only surviving canister, which means they're gunning for me. Have to watch my back. Update 2. Mom was totally right not to trust Roxanne. New form makes people sick, and Krieger's working hard to keep that fact from the public. Update 3. Roxanne doesn't just want to kill me, they want to study me. Final update. Hopefully, since Uncle Aaron exposed everything Roxanne was covering up, the company's taken a huge hit in profits and public trust. I mean, duh. Krieger's in prison and Roxanne won't recover for a long time. Powers and abilities. Security forces equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry, including an exosuit that gives them enhanced strength and durability. The Underground. The Underground has always considered themselves the young mafia, but they couldn't hold a candle to NYC's bigger player until the Tinkerer took over. Now their shape-shifting weapons make them a serious threat. They don't care who gets caught in the middle of their fight with Roxanne, and I don't see myself getting a good night's sleep for a while. Powers and abilities. Equipped with the Tinkerer's programmable matter technology, allowing them to 3D print high-tech weaponry on the fly. My neighbors. Cool people I've met around Harlem. Teo Alvarez. Teo runs the bodega on our block, purveyor of coconut-based products and owner of the best cat in Harlem. Teo is a community staple. Gloria Davila. Gloria knows firsthand how Feast changes lives. When they asked her to manage the Harlem shelter, she got tears in her eyes. She denies it, but she totally did. We're all trying to carry on May Parker's legacy, but Gloria, she lives it. Caleb Ward. Seriously friendly barbershop owner, always in on the local gossip. He's connected to everyone in Harlem's commercial strip, and he looks out for his neighbors. Now he knows. So does Spider-Man. Camilla Vasquez. Camilla owns and does the majority of the cooking at Panafuerte, the neighborhood's best Puerto Rican restaurant. Her arepas rival Abuela's. Not that I'd ever tell Abuela that. Haley Cooper. Street artist and activist whose work focuses on local heroes, urban decay, and the deaf and hard of hearing community. Her art was featured in the Daily Bugle twice before she helped organize Harlem's King's Day Parade. She's really awesome. Powers and abilities. Teo Alvarez. Harlem pride. No-nonsense attitude. Cat lover. Gloria Davila. Incredible resilience. Caleb Ward. Scissor Maestro. Friend to one and all. Camilla Vasquez. God tier cook. Fearless. Haley Cooper. Incredible artist. Smart, brave, funny, great taste in scarves. Right before we end our episode on our final swing, we have two very important things left to do. First off, you can visit May Parker and Ben Parker's graves in the snow still. If we use our handy-dandy photo mode, May Parker, when you help someone, you help everyone, 1953 to 2018. And Ben Parker, beloved husband and uncle, 1952 to 2010. But
Miles, I did it! I figured it out! How to safely split an atom from the comfort of your own home?
That's next on my to-do list. No, speed nonagon. Collision model is updated, projectile physics is fixed, frame rate stabilized. It's awesome now.
Which means I can play it?
It still needs textures. Sound effects, music, VO.
I'll write the music. I could probably do sound effects too.
First we improve and design our own spider suit. Now we build a mobile game empire? We're unstoppable.
Never doubted it. I'm out doing spider things. When I get home, I'll set up a task board, start tracking out sound effects you'll need. Ooh, and sketching out a score.
Yeah, woo! Can you feel that? That's me fist bumping you from afar. Later, dude.
that's really cool. And finally, before we do the swing,
Miss you, Dad.
Jefferson Davis, devoted father and husband, 1974 to 2018. Oh boy. And with that, we are finished with all of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Thank you guys very much for joining me. It's been a very, very special series. I hope that you all have enjoyed very, very much. If you did, please be sure to leave a like. It helps the channel out. Comment so that we could have a conversation. Subscribe so that you never miss another upload. And maybe share the video with your friends and family so that we could spread more positivity to more people. And without further ado, one final time, don't forget to be greater and be yourself. And I will see you all in the next series. Love you all.
A friendly neighborhood user just spotted a weapons deal going down.
Check it! Hey, bro. I read MJ's front pager about some cardia.
Not while you were swinging, I hope. Sorry. Scolding mentor mode, downshifting. What did you think of the article?
The article was great. The pictures? Eh. Where'd they get this Peter Parker guy?
I'm sure MJ asks herself that all the time.
So how was the trip? Did you have to suit up while you were out there?
Nah, Sable handled it like a champ. Her and her wild pack. I mostly got to stand around taking pictures.
Sounds like a nice break. As much as a work trip can be.
Oh yeah, feeling refreshed and ready to do some next-level Spider-Man. And clean out the gutters at my house. Being a homeowner is glamorous, let me tell you.
Sounds like it. I'll let you go. Talk soon.
Hey, I got word there's an out-of-control helicopter in your area.